What is up, my YouTubers? It's Jennifer, and I have a fun video today. First off, I am wearing the same outfit as a different video because, well, I'm filming a bunch of videos today. So, in my previous video with the same outfit, I took a personality quiz. It's a 16 different personality quiz. I thought it would be fun to try a different type of personality quiz. This one is off of the website Psych Central. So I don't know if it's the same ENTJ quiz or what. I don't think I've ever taken this one, but just like in that one, you Google personality quiz and several different ones will come up in the search bar or the result bar, whatever, answer bar. So we're going to go ahead and try this one out and see if it's the same. If it is the same, we're still going to do it. First off, it says, personality test. The word personality originates from the Latin word persona, referring to the mask worn by theater performers to hide their identity or portray different roles. Your persona or personality is unique to you. It's a combination of behaviors, emotions, thought patterns, and motivations that define us. Research from past... scroll down too fast. Research from past few decades has pointed to the role of environment, including how we are raised, and our genetics informing and shaping our personalities. So what is your personality? Among your group of friends, are you considered the shy one who waits for others to make decisions? Or are you seen as dominant one who is ready to take the lead? Our personality test can help you find out your personality type. Answering these simple questions will give you a description of who you are and tell you how others see you. All right, so already off the bat, this one seems like it will be different than the one that I just took because that one is more career, in my opinion, career-based oriented. When I took that one, it sounds like it would seem like I'm more type A personality, which I'm not at all. Instructions. Answer each of these questions below honestly about yourself, and we'll score the quiz and let you know how others see you. So, I keep scrolling too far. Okay, so we have question number 1. I feel most energetic and focused in the morning, late at night, during the afternoon, and early evening. Energetic and focused, I would say late at night. Late at night, let's just be honest. When I walk, I tend to do it fairly fast with long steps. Less fast, head up, looking the world in its face. Very slowly, fairly fast with small steps, or less fast but with head down. I would say I'm less fast, head up, looking the world in its face. Because I'm always constantly looking out because I was taught to just be aware of your surroundings. When you speak to others, you tend to stand with your arms folded, have one or both of your hands on your hips, play with your ear, your hair, touch your chin, smooth your hair, have hands clasped, or touch or push the person who you are talking to. Play with my ear, hair, fidgeting, basically, fidgeting. When you're relaxed, you usually sit with your knees bent with your legs neatly by the side, your legs stretched out or straight, your legs crossed, or one leg curled under you. When you're relaxed, I would say stretched out. When you find something really funny, you usually give a big appreciative laugh, a quiet chuckle, a laugh but not a loud one, or a sheepish smile. Something really funny, I'm the loudest laugher. When you enter a party or a social gathering, you tend to make a loud entrance so that everyone notices you, make the quietest entrance trying to stay unnoticed, or make a quiet entrance looking around for somebody you know. I would probably say I make a quiet entrance looking around for somebody I know. If you're focused on a task and you're interrupted, you're likely to welcome the break, vary between these two extremes, or feel very irritated. I'm irritated. When I'm focused on a task, I feel irritated when I'm interrupted. Your favorite color is red, orange, yellow, light blue, dark blue, purple, brown, gray, black, green, or white? I would say dark blue, purple. Before you fall asleep, you are usually lying, stretched out on your back, on your side slightly curled, with your head under the covers, stretched out face down in your stomach, or with your head on one arm. I would say on my side, slightly curled, and that's not just a pregnancy thing. When you dream, you often fall. I guess, are you falling? Searching for something or somebody, usually have dreamless sleeps, fighting or struggling, flying or floating, or your dreams are always pleasant. I would say searching for someone or something. All right, that was a fast quiz. Okay, so let's get the results. Your results of your personality quiz. The lively center of attention. Your total score was 43 out of 64. Others see you as fresh, lively, charming, amusing, practical, and always interesting. Someone who is constantly in the center of attention, but significantly well-balanced not to let it go to their head. They also see you as kind, considerate, and understanding, someone who will always cheer them up and help them out. The other results that I did not get: the shy warrior, the careful plotter, the loyal friend, the natural leader, or the vain self-centered leader. So I'm the lively center of attention. That seems about right. All right, so let's take another quiz. All right, now we're going to take another fun quiz. Since these ones are pretty short, we're going to take an autism quiz. Autism spectrum disorder, ASD, is a neurodevelopmental disorder that affects the way a person thinks, behaves, and communicates. While children are typically screened for autism symptoms as early as 18 months, it can be diagnosed later in older children, adolescents, and even adults. Who is this quiz for? This brief, time-saving test is designed for anyone who thinks they might benefit from an autism screening or evaluation. The items below will help you determine whether you need an in-depth evaluation, including screening tools, parental or family insight, or clinical observation. A mental health professional can also help figure out your symptoms. Might be a sign of another mental health condition, and recommend treatment as needed. Is this quiz accurate? The online screening is not a definitive tool. It is not conclusively guaranteed that you have autism. However, it will measure if you have any autism-related traits based on your own self-assessment. Only trained medical professionals, such as a doctor or mental health professional, can help you determine the next basic steps. The quiz. This is a free autism quiz, etc., etc. All right, instructions. The items below refer to your references and behaviors over the course of your life. For the results of this quiz to be most accurate, try to be honest as possible in your answers. Okay. I like to do things the same way. Never, most of the time, some of the time. I'll say most of the time. I would rather hang out alone rather than go to a party with friends. Never, most, or some. Sometimes. I tend to notice small details that others don't. Most of the time. When I'm reading a story, I have a hard time imagining what the characters might look like. Never. I find myself drawn more strongly to people than to things or solitary activities, including video games. I find myself drawn more strongly to people than to things. Okay. So I'd rather have people than things. I'd say some of the time. I'll say some of the time. I enjoy social gatherings and or find social situations easy most of the time. On many occasions, I have been told that what I've said is impolite, even if I think it's polite most of the time. Yeah, I'll say most of the time. I'm overthinking that question. I frequently find it hard to keep the conversation going. Never. I find it difficult to imagine what it would be like to be someone else most of the time. No, difficult to imagine? Never. I'm sorry. I find it difficult. I don't. I focus more on the whole picture rather than the small details. Most of the time. Most of the time. I tend to have very strong interests and get upset if I can't pursue them most of the time. The previous question I want to change to some of the time, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to keep it. When I talk, it isn't always easy for others to get a word in most of the time. When someone is talking to me, I find it easy to read between the lines, understand their true feelings or intentions. Most of the time. I find it easy to understand what someone is thinking or feeling just by looking at their face most of the time. I often notice small sounds when others don't most of the time. I hate sometimes my hearing. I really do. I'm grateful for my hearing. I really am. I just hate how I can hear like literally everything sometimes because then I tend to hyper focus on the sound. I can't sleep or anything. Numbers, dates, or strings of information fascinate me. I'd say most of the time. I can easily recognize patterns in all things most of the time. New situations make me anxious or nervous most of the time. But who does not get nervous in situations? I prefer reading books about non-fiction subjects like dinosaurs. Some of the times. I will read pretty much everything. I find it hard to figure out people's intentions. Some of the time. And get the results. My results are: your score was 30 out of 40. Results of your autism screening quiz. Based on your responses, you may benefit from seeing a mental health professional for an evaluation, particularly if you have any items on the list impact your ability to be successful in your work or your personal life. Well, that's true. I wouldn't consider that autism though, but I have been to therapy. I have done 2 extremely long psychological tests. So I wouldn't consider myself autistic because I do like being social more than I do like being alone. And autistic people it's weird though because I have ADHD. So a lot of things that I have mimic other mental health disorders. But I'm going to leave it off from there. So if you enjoyed this 2 quiz, hit those big thumbs up for me. If you have any questions, comments, thoughts, or concerns, I will link this site below. I will be taking more quizzes from this site as well. And other than that, you guys, until next time, stay awesome. Bye.